Hi, I'm Jeff Thomas from Nasdaq. We're broadcasting live here at Silicon Slopes. I'm joined by Joe Megibow, CEO of Purple. Joe, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Joe, Purple is the most comfortable mattress I've ever slept on. What makes you guys different than every other mattress out there?
First of all, thank you for being a customer and saying that. Very generous of you. We really view ourselves as the first meaningful disruption in cushioning and mattresses in the last 3 decades. We've invented an entirely new kind of material. It's a elastic polymer that we've built actually several decades ago, primarily for medical purposes, and over the last 6 years have figured out how to do this at scale for consumers. And it just has some magical properties that no other mattress can do. It's a grid, which means it's very good at dissipating heat and energy, so it has great thermal properties. The nature of the elastic material means it adapts to your body very instantly and recoils quickly, so as you move through the night, it's always adapting exactly to you. But the really cool thing is most mattresses, you have to choose between firm and soft, and then it's just the nature of how foam and springs compress. The network of the grid here is actually a big array of load-bearing columns that buckle, that break away with the slightest pressure, which means you actually across the surface get the most firm mattress you would want, great for body alignment, but where you have pressure points, your hips, your shoulders, it just gives away almost effortlessly. It actually reduces the amount of pressure once you break the surface tension. There's nothing else like that. So it really shapes and adapts to your body, and this translates to less interrupted sleep, better sleep quality, better sleep health, and that's something that is very, very important right now.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. As I stopped traveling for work and I was home all the time, sleeping in my own bed, that's when I started to realize, wow, we really need to upgrade. And the way I describe it to everybody is it's almost like you're floating. And it just really does put you out, really deep sleep.
We hear that sensation a lot. In fact, you'll find when things open back up and you're not at home, you'll really notice it when you're in a hotel bed that isn't Purple.
Well, we need to get a Purple in every hotel chain then.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Well, and speaking of the business model, so you guys started out very much a direct-to-consumer brand.
That's right.
And now you're starting to move into bricks and mortar. Tell us about how that transition's been going.
Yeah, one of the challenges we've had as a brand is to make this bold claim that we feel very different than anything else out there, and it's different technology, and we're at a premium price point. I mean, it's an expensive mattress for us to make, and it's a higher quality mattress. 80% of consumers say, sure, it's great that there's no money back guarantee in 100 days, but where can I go feel it? It's a durable good, it's a considered purchase. In our case, we take the old mattress away, which means if you don't like it, you have no mattress. So that became a really important part of our strategy. Just human engagement, touch, an opportunity to experience the material, experience the bed for yourself. And we leaned first very hard in an omnichannel way into retail, into wholesale partnerships, so specialty mattress stores, furniture stores. And in a way, what that really meant is we're acquiring interest, traffic to our site, breaking the funnel and saying, hey, here's a way to go out and try it somewhere else. And it really took a very customer-centric omnichannel model. But some really good things came from that. We were having trouble online selling our most premium product. It's really hard to do premium online. As we were able to engage customers with the product in store, not only were we selling a lot more through our retail partners, which became a very, very big part of our business, but it also helped build the brand equity and build the experience. I mean, 30% of our sales are still word of mouth. It's people who learn about it from someone like you.
That's it.
And thank you for that. So it really helped build our brand. It really helped build sort of the evidence of that this is different and it is something that works better for many people. So we went from online to almost a traditional brand manufacturer, selling through traditional retail. Now, recently, we've started opening our own showrooms as well. We've got 20 of our own showrooms now and have put out guidance that we're working toward more than 200 of our own showrooms as well.
And how do you think about where to put your own showrooms versus working through partners?
Yeah, we're in 2,300 partner doors right now, and we're not looking to get to any kind of numbers like that. So it's really, a store or two at premium lifestyle centers that are high traffic, that really drive consideration, really drive awareness. They are four-wall profitable. They're great sources of profitable revenue for us. But really the intent is, in the key DMAs and the key markets, establish this foothold where we really build it out. And, given that we're earlier in our expansion, we're very data driven, and we're really looking for the markets where we can test and learn, where we know we have high engagement, where we know there's a lot of demand for our product. And scaling to 200 doors, I mean, you can get that wrong very quickly. A lot of retailers have really messed up by not figuring it out as they scale too fast. We're really finding markets where we're getting the traffic we need, getting the sales we need and learn, and it's been working really, really successfully for us.
And then, when I went on and bought my mattress online, it was a very simple experience. Again, there's only a handful of different options. How has the move to bricks and mortar kind of changed your product strategy? Are you guys needing to have more options?
Yeah, we give up a lot of margin when we're sharing it with a retail partner. So we are focusing a lot more on price points, getting the assortment up. I mean, you look at one of the larger players like a Tempur-Pedic or a Sleep Number, and they have a dozen different models to sell at various price points. Yeah. Historically, for the last few years, we've had 4. So I mean, if you really want to start to capture the addressable market, we need additional price points, we need additional features as we premiumize the assortment and go up market. But that also means building with margin in mind, and as we've continued to evolve the product, it's getting something that we can make money on our own, which has more expensive fulfillment and distribution, and we have to carry warranty and returns ourselves, as well as making sure there's enough margin to go around as we go deeper into wholesale. That's a big part of our product expansion strategy.
Now, as you've managed the company through this transition, through this change, what's that done to your company's culture, and what have you done to kind of manage through that?
Yeah, I mean, we were a very entrepreneurial startup, founder-led when we began, and on the one hand, it's great when everyone's scrappy and do whatever it takes and get going, but as we scaled, that entrepreneurial approach doesn't work. And it really kind of culturally broke us at our core. At the time I came in, we were in this sort of a point of transition where everyone didn't know everyone anymore. And we hadn't really figured out roles and departments and responsibilities. And it meant we had massive attrition. I mean, the majority of our employees didn't even last 9 to 10 months. We were just churning through employees. And that is labor considerations, cost considerations. You're in this endless cycle of acquisition and training. For example, in the manufacturing, we just raised rates about 20% and actually lowered our labor costs per unit by just getting better quality talent who stuck around. Yeah. And it's been an effort for us. And going from what could even be considered a toxic culture, as we were working through that transition, to a decent engagement now. I came in and said, we are going to be one of the best places to work in the US. And you can decree that all you want. It's changing culture is a long, very difficult process, but we're up to now over 2,300 people, and that is pretty remarkable in maintaining the culture. I mean, we hired over 800 people during the pandemic. I think over 1,000 people even in the last 12 months. So since we've been coming out of the pandemic. It's managing culture is hard. We're investing a lot in it, and it really is part of every one of our employees as a customer. Every one of our employees sleeps on our mattress. It's why many join us. And I don't know how many companies out there can truly say that every employee is a fan, every employee is an ambassador, every employee uses the product. It's core to who we are.
And so in managing that engagement, that cultural shift through the pandemic with all of the challenges that we all faced, especially as a manufacturer, any lessons learned, anything that's going to change on the other side of it?
Certainly operationally, remote working and things like that. But I mean, we are mostly a manufacturer. We had to think very carefully as we went through the last year and a half, how do we maintain operations, or else we'd have nothing to sell, but do that in a safe way that truly protects the health of our employees and ultimately the health of our business. There's a lot we learned out of that in safety and employee management and training and consistency that we're going to be better for. So I mean, those are some good things that came out of it. And certainly we claimed a lot of share last year. And I think consumers are more aware of us and are more willing to engage even directly with us, which is share we don't intend to give up on at all. So we're going to continue to capitalize on the momentum we got out of the pandemic.
Well, I can tell you, no matter where I'm sleeping next year, whether it's home or in hotels, I'm going to be excited to get home to my purple mattress.
Me too. And thank you very much.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks.